Well, my son always liked soccer, and he, being the only child, he never had anybody to actually share that with. I was always thinking that I only gonna have one child, which was my older son, Edwin. But then I figured out I didn't want him all by himself. And so 12 years later, my girl came. Growing up, she was not girly all the time. She did not like pink. She never played with dolls. When she was probably 3, he started kicking the ball with her.
When she started to walk was the first time she kicked the ball. And then we put some cones out in the front yard, started from there, got her into recreational soccer. So this is what we would do on holidays, at family gatherings. People played soccer together.
My family in Nicaragua and us being here, somehow we always find a way to be connected.
In Nicaragua, she had a cousin that was also the same age. So when we would talk to him, or he would come visit in the summers here at stateside, they would actually bond through soccer. We might have different friends, different lifestyles, be in different countries, but you throw a ball out there and we're all the same. So anything that she learned and I learned, we would pass on to the cachorros, which were in Nicaragua. And the same drills that she was doing in this front yard, they were doing in sandlots in Nicaragua. She was excelling in the leagues around here. Meanwhile, in Nicaragua, her cousin had limitations of equipment and his teammates. His teammates were malnutrition. Sometimes they would pass out in the middle of the game because they didn't have dinner or breakfast the day before. The drive for Larissa to help the team in Nicaragua really came down to seeing herself in them, because in a way they were also from the same place that she was and also had limitations in what they could accomplish, but these were limitations that could be overcome with some help. So she had the idea of gathering old soccer equipment from her teammates here in America and send that with some money to Nicaragua.
That was her joy. Every season she will collect everything she had, put it in boxes, and we will send it over.
I had a bunch of cleats that I used to wear, and she told me to send them to Nicaragua. After I use up a pair of cleats, I'll probably wash them or try to get them as clean as I can, and then I'll drop them off here at Castle, and then they would send them to Nicaragua for the kids there.
Larissa and her family took it upon themselves to really take the initiative. It was a great gesture. We very much appreciated getting pictures back and seeing the pictures of them wearing it was great to see. And since then, that group has grown into multiple ages. And I like to think that is purely a product of the passion and care that Larissa had in trying to help others that had less than we had or that she had here.
The death of a 13-year-old girl in Sampson County is being called a murder-suicide. Investigators say Larissa Estrada was shot by her father, who then turned the gun on himself.
At the age of 13, my sister passed away, ending a life that was full of good memories that had only begun to develop. She was connecting to people, helping others.
This house, for 5 days, you could not find a parking spot in the whole acre of land. None for 5 days.
After Larissa's passing, there was such a reaction from different people from different communities that had never met each other, that had never interacted with each other except through Larissa. And they came to us, they came to my friends and family to give us all support. We held each other up, and that reaction was what inspired this project for us.
It was not unusual to see pictures of those boys with her name on their shirts or colors that she wore.
Dale Lari, Go Larissa, is what we used to shout from the stands, and also what we want to name our project. We want to take old and used soccer equipment to people who need it or have none. we want to inspire others through the help that we give. One thing about this project is that this was happening while Larissa was alive. She was helping kids in Nicaragua. Her teammates and those parents were helping kids in Nicaragua. We're really continuing something. Once we have this model to help Nicaragua, we'll be able to go to other continents, other countries, other counties, other cities. There's people in need everywhere. So that's kind of what people did to us and what Larissa did to those kids in Nicaragua. We want to keep that going. We want this to be the start.
Is to keep her memory alive and be able to see other kids do things that without her couldn't be done.